In today's episode, let's check out the very famous Satya Sai Nag Champa incense.
Namaste everyone and welcome to Om Incense Show
With DJ and SC, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So today we're going to see this Satya Sai Nag Champa incense, and this one is from Bangalore. I've got another one which is from Mumbai and we'll be doing that sometime later. So before we go ahead, I'd just like you to remind you of this Meri Pratham Sanskrit Pustika, a Sanskrit alphabet book for kids, link in description. So today let's see this incense, and so it says, before we go ahead, if you're new to the channel, you might just want to know that, in this kind of episodes, we first check out the packaging of the incense, then we decode the fragrance of it, then we talk something about the incense world, and then we have a quiz. So you might want to stay here till the end.
and this is very famous.
Yeah. So this is that famous Satya Sai Nag Champa incense, which has a cult following in the West. So this is what we'll see today. Okay. So what we have here is Satya Sai Baba, and it has both an R in circle and the C in circles, which is it's registered and it is copyrighted. And then we also have a hallmark sort of stuff which says since 1904 Srinivas Sugandhalaya, Nag Champa Agarbatti, manufacturers Srinivas Sugandhalaya, Bangalore, and then they have the address, and it says certified green product, and then export quality and net weight is 15 grams. So this is what we have. Now on the other side we have the same thing. It says Nag Champa Srinivas Sugandhalaya, and on one side we have Satya Sai Baba Nag Champa, and it says ISO 9001, ISO 14001 and OHSAS 45001, and this is for 50 rupees. And on the back side we have Satya Sai Baba Nag Champa. Label is the registered trademark of Srinivas Sugandhalaya, and then we have a logo for Earth, Green Earth, warning, and since 1964. Oh yeah, the warning says insist for this label to avoid imitation, buy from reputed dealers only. And then it says hand rolled in India 2021 series, and then they have the customer care number. So this is what they have, and nothing significant as such on these sides, so that's there. And this is what we have on the one side. This is what we have on this side. So this is what we have in totality. Nothing else written on this, so that's the only thing we have. And the carton is labeled even from the inside. So if you see that, see, it has the Srinivas Sugandhalaya thing written all over, and even the tape, the tape on the fragrance on the packet was labeled, by Srinivas Sugandhalaya. It's a branded tape. So this it comes in a butter paper which is branded all over. It's like that. You see that? Oh, the masala has all come out. Oh damn. Okay. So you got to be careful, guys. This stuff has a lot of masala in it which just came out. And
Tasty.
okay, so this is what we have. It's a brown kind of incense, and it has nice, thick, sturdy, rounded and smooth yellow bamboo core. So this is what we have. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you see that? That's what we have. And it has a lot of masala on top. I don't know if you can see the masala. Can you see the masala? This is what we have. A lot of masala on top. And so now that I know the fragrance of oud, I can make out that there's a hint of oud in this. There's a sweetness in this,
Yes.
and of course there's this green kind of fragrance. The green, the khus kind of fragrance. So
I think
that, but this is clearly different from the Golok Nag Champa, and so that's there. The Golok Nag Champa is different. The Golok Nag Champa to me smelt more divine, more sacred. Let's see. So that's what we have, and let's light it up and see.
I had only smelled here something sweet.
It's a
Now,
very nice fragrance. You get that smell of burnt wood like in all the other incenses. And strangely, I don't know if you ever have you ever smelled brass utensils. It has a particular smell of it. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but if you've noticed that, I get a hint of it from here. That fragrance of brass, and that sweetness is still there. And it's a nice mild fragrance, and it's like not in your face kind of a fragrance. It's nice and mild, and it stays for long. So like how I keep it in my balcony, and I keep it at the main gate, the main door of my house, and the fragrance lasts for long. And it does have a sacred feel to it, not exactly like the Golok Nag Champa one, but yes, it does have a fragrance which seems sacred. So which means you might have probably smelled this kind of stuff in some of the incense, some of the temple somewhere. So that's the kind of fragrance that you get from here. That's what I can make out of. And that hint of oud which was there on the cold incense is not there in the fragrance as such. Yes, there is a very, very mild hint of oud in this. I don't know, this oud kind of fragrance, this probably it's not exactly oud, it's that, that hint of oud in the burnt wood, like I'd said, that when I'd gone to my in-laws house, and my mother-in-law used to cook on the wood stove, and the chulha, the normal chulha that we have in the villages, and there I could get this smell, a little hint of oud in that wood. So that's there. That's the kind of fragrance that I get from here. And so if you are somebody who likes mild fragrance, and somebody, a kind of fragrance that is not very in your face, but then the kind of fragrance that grows on you. So if you like that kind of fragrance, you'll like this. And it's fine for me. I don't know, since this is my first exposure to this fragrance, I am not a big fan at the moment, but let's see how it goes from here. So that was Srinivas Sugandhalaya's Nag Champa incense here for you, and it has a cult following, so I'm sure there has to be something to this, because it has had a cult following for a long time now. So I'm sure there must be something about this fragrance that people really like. So you might just want to give it a try once, and 50 rupees for 15 grams is good enough, and it's not exorbitant, it's fine, the rate is fine, so you might just want to try it once. So this is Satya Sai Nag Champa incense here for you. That's there. And you know what, when I'd gone online to buy the incense, I found something called Vastu Shuddhi Sambrani Dhoop. So I thought, let me try what the Vastu Shuddhi thing is. So since I do not want to make an exclusive episode on this, Vastu Shuddhi, and it is this kind of Sambrani Dhoop, like the Cycle brand has Durgeshwari. This is that kind of stuff. So this is there, and the fragrance is quite Bengali. If you've been to Bengali areas, if you've been to Bengal, or if you have a Bengali family, you'll be reminded of them when you smell this. So it has quite a Bengali kind of a fragrance. So this is there. So I just wanted you to know about this. I bought one of these also from them, and I've got sandalwood, I've got patchouli, I've got dragon's blood, and I've got dragon's blood and one more. So I'll be reviewing those later. I just thought I'll let you know about this, because I don't want to do a particular, you know, episode on this, a whole episode on this. So I just thought I'll let you know about this. So this is one of those Samrani sticks, and with a Bengali kind of hint. So if you like that kind of fragrance, you might like this. And this is for how much? This is 30 rupees for 24 pieces. So Srinivas Sugandhale. So this is what is there. Now since Diwali is round the corner, Diwali is on 4th, and I just wanted to show you some of the incense related stuff that you might want to buy from Amazon, and which I have bought and I really like them. So one of these is this, and it has this hanger which is for a tea light holder. You know, this is more for tea lights, so people place the tea lights on this. It comes like that, you know, you place it inside like that, it comes like that. But I use it as an incense holder. So I place my incense cone here. You know, I place a little ash at the base of it. So it's like that. So I place a little bit of ash on this, and then I place my cone, and then I put it in this, and then you hang it on the wall somewhere, and it gives out a nice fragrance, and you know, it looks very good. So this is there. This is what I got from a friend last Diwali. She gifted this to me. So this is there. Then we have another one of the same kind, which is like this, and both of these are the kinds that, you know, you can hang this on the wall also, and you can even keep it on a stool or something like that somewhere. You know, you can keep it like that, and it looks very pretty. And they're all between you know, I think 600 to 700 range. So this is how it comes out. So you can either place a tea light candle again, and or like I do, I place my dhoop in this. And with this, actually you have this kind of stuff also where you can place your dhoop. This kind of thing has come with this. So this is there, and
I like this one.
So these are the two stuff that I wanted to show you. You might want to get this for yourself or somebody, you know, as a gift for Diwali. So this is going to be good. I got both of these from Amazon, and these even come with this bell, you know, so you can hang this tiny bell somewhere. So this is there. And then I have this incense warmer. So this is there. You place a candle here, a candle or a diya, and then you have this. So you can, and then you have this net thing also. So what you have is, this is like that, and it has a stand like that. So this is what you have, and this thing comes out, and this also comes out. So if you want to, you know, lower the thing, lower the bowl, it will go down. And then this is like that, and you place this on this, and then you place your incense resin or whatever. But what I do is I place and I wrap this first in an aluminium foil so I don't spoil this, and then you place it here, and then you place your resins on it. So you can do that, or you have a bowl here, so you can fill this bowl with water, and you can, you know, pour a few drops of essential oils in this. Please don't use fragrance oils for the diffuser. Please use essential oils, because they even have therapeutic benefits, and they are better than the synthetic fragrance oils. So this is what you can use, and so this is going to be a good one. This also is for, I think, 700, 750, something like that. The link of all the three, and there are many more other incense holders that you'll find in the description box. So just check out the description and just check out the Amazon stuff, you know, that are linked there. And so that is there. You know, with this I'd even got one a pack of wet dhoop, Balaji Longchamp wet dhoop. But because I don't like wet dhoop, I mean, I don't like the concept of it, so I don't use it. But you know, I got that with this, and that then I'd also got a very nice personal note, and I want to read out the personal note because the personal note was really good. So it says, "Respected Sushri Dolly Jha, thank you again for buying handmade from our small scale handicraft industry, Sadhu Bela. We hope you liked your handcrafted antique golden finished iron craft Degchi pot dhoop incense holder with bell art hanger. If you have any questions regarding your purchase, please feel free to contact us. Any feedback from you will help us get inspired to create better. We look forward to being of service again soon." And then it says that being handmade, some variation in dimension, design, shade or color is natural, and this is warm regards, Ramiklal Bhanawat, Sadhu Bila Industries. So this is a personal note, and it had come like that, you know, it had come like that and like that. So this is what it had come. It's a handmade paper and very personal note along with this. So this is what I'd got. I just thought it would be nice to show you guys here something related to incense, that as an incense enthusiast you might want to get as gift or give as gift to somebody for Diwali or for any other occasion for that matter. So that's what I thought I'll show you.
This is also looking very cute.
Like you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, instead of discussing something from the incense world, there's one question that I've been wanting to answer, because I have had many people ask this to me, so I just thought might as well address this here. So, if you are somebody like me and who doesn't want to burn bamboo inside the house, then what other options you have? So, you have an option of, so there are two things. If you are somebody who doesn't like incense sticks because of the bamboo, then you have bamboo-less incenses like jaw sticks. So Pranali from Cycle Brand is one such, and there are many other dhoop sticks. When you look for dhoop sticks, you'll get those. So those are incense sticks without the bamboo core, and you know, long sticks like that. Then you have cones, of course. Then you have what other things? You have some Sambrani cups which you can use, and you have dhoop sticks, the tiny ones, that's the black ones that I just showed you. So that is there, and of course you have your own loose incense that you can make at home. You know, just buy a little bit of Google and Loban and Ral and stuff, and just pound them together and keep a mixture, and that's your ready incense that's ready for you. You can in fact even add a little bit of yellow mustard in it, because that has a very good you know, overall impact in the house, the energy of the house. So that is there, and so use it on an upla. Just heat the upla, the cow dung cake, and then pour a few drops of ghee on it, and add a few you know, cloves and cardamom to it, or anything that you like, and then add that little incense powder on it, and then take it around the house. So it's going to have both the smudging effect and then the incense effect also. Like, that's how I do. I take it around the house, and then when I finally sit for the puja, I keep it there with me, and I add more incense powder to it. So till the time I'm doing my puja and stuff, you know, it goes on. Now the other thing is, if you don't want to incense because of the bamboo and also because of the chemical, then you might want to try Gaudhoop. Gaudhoop is a very good option, because Gaudhoop is very, it's like, I think it's one of the only incenses in the market that's 100% chemical free. So that is there. Also, Aurobindo Ashram incense cones are like, they are really mild, and you know, they do not have a fragrance which spreads a lot. So I think I have a strong feeling that it doesn't have any chemical, and also the energetics that you get out of that incense, you know. So while you're sitting and doing the puja and the incense is lit up there, it has a different energy and you like it, you know. So that is the one thing that you can use. I also like Sambrani sticks, because the one thing that they have is coal, which is like not considered good for your health, but at least it's better than the other chemicals that goes into making other incenses. So you could go for Gaudhoop, you could go for Sambrani sticks, and then of course the loose incense is always there. So that is there. Now what if you've bought already a lot of incense like me? If you're an incense enthusiast and you've bought a lot of incense which has a lot of you know, which has a bamboo core in it, then what you can do? So what you can do, you can you know, use it outside your house. So use it in your balcony or your terrace or your garden, or at the main entrance of your house, the main door, that you can do. And if you really like the fragrance of it, and if you think that, you know, the fragrance of it perks up the energy of the house, you can use it before a guest has you know, has to come, or if you're having some kind of special puja or something. So once in a while, if you want to, you can use that. So if you've bought a lot, and that is what you can do. The other thing is, you can of course donate it to people. So you know, give it away to friends or family who might be interested in checking out the incense. And you know, if you have a temple nearby, you can donate it to the temple. But if the incense is very costly, then I'd suggest you give it to somebody who will be able to cherish that. You know, to give an incense to somebody who doesn't want even that incense, that makes no sense. So what I was thinking is, if you are somebody who is within Delhi and Gurgaon, we could form an incense exchange group here, And drop me a mail on dollyjha9810@gmail.com. That's my mail ID. Drop me a mail there, and we can just try meeting probably once a month or so, and we could exchange incenses. Because we are all incense enthusiasts here, so it would be good to exchange incense with each other, instead of me, like how I spent 375 for that incense, the Durga incense. And you could, instead of just buying that for 375, you could try it from me, and then probably you'll like it, and then you might want to decide, you'll be able to decide whether you want it for long run or not. So that is there. Now the other thing is, because some of these incenses are so costly that it doesn't feel good to give away to just about anybody. So, and why I'm saying costly is because India is a place where, so you get most of the Phool incense cones are for 145. The Antarkranti aroma cones, the even Antarkranti aroma cones are also a good option. So you could use those for your prayers. So why I'm saying is, an incense for 160 or 145 rupees is costly, because might not be very costly to you and me, for people who are staying in the metros, and people who are hardly anybody in the family. Like I have only my husband and me and my daughter in the family, so just 3 of us, and just 2 of us do the puja. So my husband and I do it. So sometimes when I am doing my puja, I burn an incense, and since I do not burn the incense stick, I don't have to use a lot. And so when my husband goes, he will use 1 or 2 incense, so that's it. But in a family, like in most of the tier 2 or tier 3 towns and places in India, there are around 4 or 5 people in the family, and every time somebody goes to do a puja, whether in the temple or at home altar, people will use a lot of incense. So even if per head they use 2 incense, that comes up to a lot. And to consider the fact that in a place like India, you get nice incense for 10 rupees, 15 rupees. There are a lot of incenses in Cycle brand and Haim and Mangal, Hari Darshan. You get incenses for 10 rupees, 15 rupees, and good ones, the smell of which is good. So then why not buy those, and why go for incense which are like really expensive, something which is for 145, 160, 200 and stuff. So it doesn't make sense. So there are people who will want to buy incense which are like, because they use a lot, and it's not possible to buy something for 160, 145 every month, or twice a month. So they go for incenses which are not very costly, but which smell awesome. They smell awesome, and and it serves the purpose. So then why buy expensive incense? So that's what I meant when I said expensive incense. That is there. And the one point that I had missed in my last discussion is I said that the base ingredient is mostly chemical free, but what happens in many of the dummy incenses which are used by many incense enthusiasts to make their own dipped incense, or they just sprinkle a little bit of essential oil on it, or soak the incense, little bit of incense in the essential oil, and they use it for their own purpose. Some of these, I don't know, if not many, and I don't know what is the percentage like, but many of those dummy incenses are not made with stuff which are natural incense ingredients, I would say, because they used they use stuff like casein and stuff like something which is made of maida and stuff. So it is not really made of incense ingredients. So you might want to be aware of that fact as well. So that is there. And some of the incenses I've read, there are some incenses which say pure veg. So I used to wonder, what is this pure veg stuff? Then I read somewhere that in the slaughterhouses, when these animals are slaughtered, you have a lot of blood on the floor, right? So I don't know how true it is, but I've read it somewhere, and they scrape those dried blood from there, and it is used as an inflammable stuff in the incense. So that is what some incense also does. So that's the reason probably some the proper incense makers, I'm sure not the established incense makers like Cycle or Srinivas Sugandhalaya or Hari Darshan would not do that. I don't know, I'm not sure. But I just wanted you to know that that is also one aspect of the incense world which you might not be aware of, and that's the reason if you see something calling itself a veg incense, you might just wonder what a veg incense is. So that is there. That is the one thing I'd wanted to let you know. So that's all. And so the quiz that I'd asked last time was, which is the variety of frankincense indigenous to India? And the answer is Boswellia serrata. So B gave the answer to it, and Vidwatam ji. So two of you answered the thing. And Richa ji said Olibanum, Indian Olibanum, but Indian Olibanum is not the answer. The answer is Boswellia serrata. So now today's quiz is, what is the one thing common between Palo Santo and Devdar, the Cedrus deodara, the Indian variety of Devdar? So what is the one thing common between these two? This is something that you'll have to rack your brain about. So that is there. So that was all for the episode today. Till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste.